Hey, here are 5 stupid things I've noticed since last time. Okay, I get it. It's cold. Polar vortex! Throw boiling water into the air and it turns to snow. It's actually warmer inside your freezer than it is outside. In case you haven't heard, throughout much of North America, it has been a bit colder than usual lately, and the only thing more ridiculous than the lengths to which TV news reporters have gone to illustrate the fact that the temperature outside really has been rather low is Fox News' annual global warming denial Northern Hemisphere winter jamboree. Because the scientific consensus is negated by the fact that it's cold where Donald Trump lives. And really, who are we better off listening to anyway? The overwhelming majority of the world's climate scientists, or a dipshit attention whore who seems to lack the most basic understanding of the concept of climate change? Or did my phrasing just give it away? Phony pastor fails to walk on water story goes viral. Recently, the story of the pastor of a Christian church in Africa attempting to walk on water and drowning in front of his congregation has been making the rounds on the internet, particularly within the atheist community. And I understand the appeal. After all, who doesn't love a story that forces you to tread that thin line between, oh, someone died, how sad, and fuck that idiot? Just one problem, the story is probably a fake. Skeptics, both Christian and atheist alike, including Hemant Mehta of The Friendly Atheist, did a bit of fact-checking and could find no evidence that the event actually occurred or that the pastor who supposedly drowned was an actual person. Now, if you're one of the people who shared this story, don't feel bad. Most of us don't go around fact-checking every single story we see somebody sharing on Twitter or Facebook. However, if you're one of the people who knowingly propagated this false story, yeah, you probably should feel a little bad about that. After all, not only is it dishonest, it's unnecessary. We don't need to invent stories of religious folks doing stupid shit. They genuinely do stupid shit all the time. For example, Texas Board of Education candidate running on pro-creationism, anti-devil worship platform. Her name is Lady Teresa Toms, and she wants to be a member of your Texas State School Board, if you live in Texas. And as you can see from that actual tweet on the monitor behind me, she's determined to defeat the devil worshippers, who will presumably be voting for one of the other candidates. She also spoke out during a recent debate against socialists who advocate for the teaching of evolution. Because, as Ms. Toms put it herself so eloquently during that debate, we know we didn't come from monkeys. Which is technically correct. Though I'm afraid, Ms. Toms, I will have to ask you to show your work. U.S. Congress now officially mostly millionaires. A recent analysis by the Center for Responsive Politics found that for the first time, the median net worth of the United States Congress is over $1 million. For a point of comparison, the median net worth of U.S. households is just under $70,000, according to the most recent numbers available from the U.S. Census. So, yeah, most members of Congress are way, way, way richer than most of us. And while talking about this as though it's news makes me feel ever so faintly like Captain Renault, I nonetheless find it worth mentioning and remembering. I don't think there is anything innately wrong with having a lot of wealth, but in hearing this story, I couldn't help but recall the shameless, open contempt that so many members of this extremely wealthy Congress have shown toward the poor, particularly, it seems, in the last year. There's nothing wrong with having a high net worth, but using the prominence afforded by that net worth and the legislative power it helps to secure to deride and denigrate the less fortunate and to threaten the social safety net that makes life more livable for so many of them, yeah, I think there's a hell of a lot wrong with that. The hardest part is only picking 5. Catch you next time.